Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness, also streaming on Entertainment in Color. I'm your host, Chantel Francis, with my two amazing co-hosts for Bachelor in Paradise. Up top, we have Miss TJoy. How are you today, Miss
Hi, I'm
TJoy?
good. I'm good.
Good. You're good. And we also have Mika joining us as well today. How are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm very good.
Very good. I'm glad that both of you are very good. How are you feeling about these 4 hours of Bachelor in Paradise that we endured?
They could have kept Monday. They could have just kept.
Yeah, Monday was terrible. They need this is and then they're going to Thanksgiving. Like I don't know. I
Yeah,
So
can't.
I
like, is
told
that
you.
so?
I
That's
told you. I was
two
like,
more
they're gonna go
months.
to Thanksgiving.
It's like a
No,
month
one more
away.
month. One more month.
Yeah,
So 8 more episodes. Twice
this
what
is,
we've already watched.
this is
Yep.
crazy.
Yep.
I'm not sure what we're going to be talking about, what we're going to be watching, because I feel like it seems like right now we're pretty much like let's wrap it up. Like it seems like it should
Exactly.
be
That's
done.
the feeling I was getting.
I feel like we should be winding down. Like this,
Right.
like nothing that they've done says to me we should be ramping anything up. I mean, I understand. So what are they going to do? 2 hours of engagement? I don't even think that nobody, not nobody. There is not enough people to get engaged right now. For me to think that their engagements are going to be 2 hours. So I don't know what they're doing. I need them to figure this out. It's not working for me.
Well, and if they're taking it with the model of Love Island, like there's usually like a week and a half left after they come back from Casa More. Like it's a wrap it up phase. It's like you build the couples up, then you put them through the test, then you have a few eliminations, and then it's the finale. So like usually this is the feeling of like, okay, they passed their test now. The next test is whether or not they're going to get engaged, and it seems like, oh no, they're still going to have more people joining the beach to come disrupt things.
The
Yeah. I
preview for
just.
next week was madness. I
We'll get there. We'll get there. Hi, Jessica. Hi,
Hi,
ladies. Agreed.
Jessica.
Tuesday's episode was much better. Yes, Tuesday's was much better for sure. But let's talk about Mondays and let's see if we can blast right through it. With the opening sequence, I did find that the men like looking to the like on the lawn chairs, whatever. I thought that was cute. They did it the same as the women, the new women, the new men. I thought it was cute. Um, and I guess we're back at Lace and Rodney. I was like, where are we? Okay, I'm like, okay, back
Girl.
at Lace and Rodney. And, Eliza's talking about how they were on such a high and how they came in. And we see Lace, she just wants to be on the same page as Rodney. And I know that probably part of this was producer pushed. And, she had an idea that Rodney might be not necessarily on a date with Eliza at that moment, but like had interest in one of the new girls that were coming. But I kind of felt for Lace here a little bit because it's like she also is there to find love, and it's kind of like she got kind of bamboozled. You know what I mean? Like if he knew that he had interest in Eliza, and then the producers are going to have her come in, why was she there in the first place trying to make a connection with Rodney? So I kind of felt for her a little bit.
Yeah.
She did say that she felt betrayed by everybody, and I was trying to understand who she meant, and basically consensus seems to be I feel like she was betrayed by the producers. I think she was promised a certain thing coming on the beach, and they did not deliver it to her, because in
Yeah.
my opinion, while yes they might have connected, I don't feel like her and Rodney had anything
No,
that
I don't think anything prior,
No.
but
yeah,
I think,
to
yeah,
develop
yeah.
further. Yeah.
Jessica is agreeing with us here. If they want to take out some more from Love Island, they should also add some activities or challenges with the couples.
Yes, they were so
Absolutely.
bored. It was just, it was so.
Like, I mean, we'll talk about it more, but even with like the split, like, so the women off at the other resort, force them to do activities with these damn men. force
Not
them to
sleep all
play
day.
like
It was,
some,
it was
you know,
rude.
they have to do, remember they do like the challenges back and
Yes.
forth, like they're dumb, but like at least it
Mhm.
just gets them interacting and engaging and having a good time, and we can watch something instead of seeing people mope on the couch over these guys that they've known for 4 days. Like, it's just not interesting me seeing Genevieve mope over Aaron. I just don't find it interesting at all. And I
At
don't
all.
know why they can't give them
All.
something to do.
At all. I mean, it was nothing. I didn't like that either. I didn't like that either. I mean, you could have game night. You
A
could have, I
group
mean,
date,
just
like they all go
something.
on a boat, they have a boat
Yes,
party, force them to
something.
have fun.
It
It's like,
just was awful. I thought it was very rude. I just felt for Rick and Olu. It was embarrassing. It was just rude.
well, Lace decides to go as soon. I mean, I thought Rodney, how he handled it. He handled it really well. You know, he was like, I didn't expect to, you know, meet somebody that I connected with a little bit more than with you. And when I left, I did see something with us, but now I see something with someone else more. And I thought in that moment, I thought that Lace also handled it really well. Because like some people could have maybe blown, and I don't think she did. So she leaves the beach, and I'm also, because we'll say this again later on our next episode, I'm sick of the women leaving the beach though.
Thank you. I was just complaining to my mom about this, and she doesn't even watch it. But I just had to complain to somebody. She happened to call when I finished watching it, and I was just like, "Why is it that the women cannot hold on to see who else comes down, and they just get so emboggled with this one person that when it doesn't work, they pack their stuff up to leave, but the guy stays and is like, oh well, and just waits for somebody else to come. Like, you don't know who's coming. People come every day. You only had a connection with him 2 days. 2 days. The people be having a connection after 2 days and be crying for 10. You cried more days than you had a connection with
It's true.
him.
Well, that's
Jill,
true.
I'm sorry. It's just
And
crazy.
you know, also I wish the producers would force them to stay, because that would provide some drama. You know,
Right.
just like even if there's like still jealousy, being like, oh, I'm gonna like, you know, cozy up to this person, just try to make them jealous. Like, obviously it might be a little bit childish, but it will allow people to maybe be a little bit pettier. If you're gonna be watching, make me watch 4 hours, I want to see a little bit of petty or something.
Hmm.
Give me something. If you're not gonna give me a
I,
challenge,
I,
give
I
me
think
petty.
I think your point is the reason why they're actually leaving. I think none of them want to be
Petty.
involved in drama that will make them look bad, because we are in a new era, it seems like, from what I've heard of Bachelor in Paradise, where they didn't seem to get as much hate being on the beach and then getting in triangles or trying to continuously find, to find a connection. But it seems like now it does affect their brand, because they really come on here for a brand, to stay on the beach and get involved in these nasty, basically three-way relationships,
Mm.
or trying to steal a man from one person to another, or even just like, look at Natasha. Yes, Natasha did grow her brand last year on the beach, but she got a lot of hate from people who were like, you couldn't tell that Brandon didn't like you. There was nothing there. He didn't want to kiss you. Like, she still is getting that to this day, that people are like, well, I didn't feel sorry for her because I don't feel like Brandon even really liked her, and she should have known that. So I think that is why we're seeing the women who are getting more emotionally invested, even if they did come on here for their brand, just saying, you know what, bump this. At the end of the day, me continuing on and trying to get into something with somebody else is not gonna help
Well,
me.
I totally agreed. I think that your point is completely valid, and it's probably absolutely the truth. But like, then it allows us to lose people that I want to see get a connection. So like, I know things have changed now, but like Justin leaving, I don't want to see Justin leave. I don't want to see Olu leave. I don't want to see even Rick leave. And
Hmm.
if some of these women would stay, or maybe look to other people, like maybe we could see these other men get some connection. What were you gonna say?
That Olu Rick situation is not kosher. Something happened, and I want to know what. Because the
Mm.
fact that Alex is still on the beach at Thor, I do not understand. He had no connection with anybody. Why was
Oh, because
Olu and
what's her
Rick.
name said she had a connection with him though, right?
Who?
Alex.
You said the wrong name. You're talking about an Australian guy, right?
Yes, the Thor
Oh,
with the man
Yeah.
bun. He never
Alex
here.
is the other guy, though. But
Alex is the other guy. That's why I said Thor. I
okay,
changed it to
okay.
Thor. Yes, he has no connection with anybody, and now he's being allowed, in the next
Yes, I
episode to
didn't
come back
understand
on the
that.
beach. And I'm hearing that something happened with Olu. Okay, we don't know if behind the scenes something happened, but I'm still not understanding why Rick was not allowed to come to the beach. They both should have been, whatever happened in that house or that suite, whatever they had, they both should have been sent directly to the beach to mingle with the
Yeah.
single girls like Sarah or whoever else is left that did not get picked.
mm-hmm.
I thought that they let the Australian Thor stay because they knew they had the Australian woman back at the beach with no connection. I felt like that was the reason they let him stay and go on the beach.
He's also like a very attractive white man. Like like
I don't find him attractive, but
I'm not interested in him at all. I think
I don't find
Alex
him
is better looking to me.
But what?
Hi,
Hi,
Dabu.
Dabu. You're saying something happened behind the scenes with Olu?
That's
We're
what
hearing. Okay, so Jessica says, I thought Lisa was maybe going to go back to the other house and try with one of the new guys.
No, I didn't think she would.
Okay, Dabu, what are the rumors on Olu? Or are you just speculating with us right now? I have kind of heard some weird rumblings or people not understanding what happened, or there was something that's cut out. You know what I mean? So please let us know if you do know, because I just want to understand a little bit better, like what happened there. But we will get to that point in the episode shortly. So Lace is on her way to get into the car, and what were you as annoyed as I was when Michael decides to intercept and like give her the hug, and like Johnny and Michael and Andrew are all comforting her, and I'm just like, get out of here, Michael. I don't know. It's just Michael really annoys me big time. And just the fact that like he hasn't had to have his relationship tested. And then he just had to go over there and be like, oh, like it's okay. Like, I don't know. It's just like I just don't feel like I enjoy the unfairness of how he's being treated. And that then he comes in to like give comfort to people that like he didn't experience the same thing as them. It's just bugging me.
Right. I agree.
Wrong way. So all the guys though are giving the hugs to Rodney, kind of comforting him as well, because he did like Lace to a certain extent, but he really enjoys Eliza a bit more. And Eliza goes to hug him, and she definitely knows what to say to him. Like they definitely have a great communication level, and she's so cute and smiley. Like I felt that she comforted him well. So another person, some people really love him and I'm not a fan, but Aaron, I can't take Aaron and his ITMs anymore. In episode 2 he bothered me even more, but he's talking, Aaron's like, oh, bad vibes potentially coming, bad vibes, and I'm just like, he's like the bad vibe police, but like it's hard to say why it annoys me so much. You'll understand it in the next episode when
he doesn't have any substance to him. And he acts like he offers so much, and they keep bringing him back every season, and it's like, why? I'm tired of it.
No, people think he's funny, and I don't. I think he's messy. I think he's annoying. I don't find him attractive. People find him attractive. They like his look. I don't. So it's like they find him attractive, and then whatever he spews out of his mouth is, oh, it's so funny. He's so funny. And it's not.
Yeah, and I don't find him sexually attractive either. Like he's okay looking, but his personality is just not it for me. Oh boy.
Who's left on the beach?
I never believe that he wants those women. I never believe it. I'm like,
exactly.
Who's left on the beach? I can only tell you 2 people I would be attracted to that's left on the beach.
Who, Rodney?
Like, you don't want Genevieve.
Who?
You don't want her.
Yeah,
Rodney and
Andrew.
Oh, Andrew.
Oh yeah. That's the 2 people I would think too.
Yeah, and out of the white guys, I think maybe Johnny would be.
I like Alex.
Oh, Alex is
Alex,
yes, Alex is
Alex
handsome.
is cute.
I was talking about on the beach. I wasn't.
Sure. No. I mean, fine. I'm not interested in Johnny. He doesn't have
Yeah.
enough lips.
No,
Me
I'm
either.
not interested
Sorry,
in him.
lips is
No,
like something
Yeah.
that
but
I like. I need.
I think he's more handsome than Jacob. I don't think Jacob
I
is.
thought actually, to be honest, I'm not into Jacob at all. But I thought that there was one frame of him after the Jill part where I was like, oh, I can see how people could find him good looking. Like I had like a little like,
You had an
oh,
epiphany, yeah.
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 But like
No,
I'm not interested in him at all. But
no.
like
That's
I
how I
saw
feel
him.
about Johnny. I'm like, there's parts that are like, okay, I can see what people appeal to, because I don't get it with Jacob and I don't get it with Logan. I'm sorry, I don't
I
get
definitely don't get it
Logan,
with
not
Logan.
at all.
I
Yeah.
definitely
Not
But
at
honey,
all. Like
when we get to it, what Jill was saying as she was trying to fry him, and she was crying, and she was talking about him, she was talking so bad about him, and she was still crying. And she was like, not the Uber driver. I'm crying over the Uber driver. She was like, he had to sell his couch for cash. Why am I crying?
like I thought it was really petty, but I kind of felt a little bit bad about that a little bit. I mean, it was funny, but like it also felt kind of bad. It was a little bit below the belt, like a little bit like I'm better than you, and I know it's just to make herself feel better, and she was just feeling hurt. And I was just like, oh, ouch, like you hit him below the belt there, but I could see why it was considered humorous. Okay, Jessica says, I agree. I am over Aaron. Last year, it was a little funny. Also, his comment about Shanae in Tuesday's episode of Overboard. Absolutely. Yes, I think I wrote that down.
And the difference between what happened with Shanae and what happened with Lace is just so stark. And both people were like, oh, there's gonna be like this big storm between the two, but just the difference of people like, oh, what love Lace, and the people are just like, oh yeah, he kissed in front of Shanae. Like behaviors were gross. They were gross.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Matthew. So Matthew says Paradis used to be so much messier in the best way. Ever since Stagecoach Blake went on from America's Sweetheart to Villain a couple seasons back, everyone just plays nice girl, nice guy for the cameras. Yeah, you're right. I think that's probably where the turning point was.
Stagecoach Blake. That was it was so messy, but in a good way. It really was. No, he had talked to everybody.
I think Mike too also got hate, right? Like Mike Johnson when he came on the beach, and he just like exited quickly.
Oh yeah.
So I think it's a fine line.
Yes, Natalie, I have heard the rumors about Victoria. Have you too?
No,
I have.
I'm sure you all know everything. Tell me the tea.
No, maybe do it at the end. Maybe I would say
we'll do it.
Yeah,
we'll do it at the end.
Don't forget.
No, I won't forget.
You remember.
I won't forget.
So I always dislike Aaron from the crap that they did to Thomas with their snitch ways. Yeah, I don't find it entertaining. Like his moral compass that everybody needs to abide by. I think I can't get behind it because I don't think that he has substance. I think you're right. I think it's the substance. I don't think he has character. I don't think that he's has anything. I think he just says what he thinks people want him to say. Even when I hear him talk to Genevieve, he just be like, yeah, I really missed you. And I just there's other people here on the beach. And I just don't feel anything from what he's saying. Anyways.
And the way he tried to have her anticipating his next every word. He was like, but there were girls. And we did. She's like waiting, like, did you go on a date? Did you go on a date? He's like, no, but I didn't go on a date. I'm like,
I had trouble with that part. So Jessica says, of the white guys, I think Alex and Tyler are the most attractive for me. I'm not interested in Tyler at all.
Tyler's okay. He's a little youngish.
He looks like a baby boy with
he looks like a bit with muscle. Yeah, I agree. That's exactly how I would describe him. Alex is fine. He's fine.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, hey,
And I think Alex
hello.
is well established too, right?
It
Like,
Yes, he
seems
is.
so.
Yes, he
mhm,
is. Yes.
mhm.
Well, the thing is, have you ever seen? There's been like I don't know if it was a Guinness Book of World Records where they have like a little young baby kid that was like really strong and muscular, and
Mhm.
like you'd see like you'd be able to like do push
Are you
ups and
saying
like
Tyler?
you.
Are you?
That's what Tyler reminds me of. It's like a little muscly kid that's in the Guinness Book of World Records. Like I picture him to be like 4'5". You know what I mean? Like I don't. He might be tall. I don't know, but like he just seems. It just doesn't seem right for me. The amount of muscles that he has and his face doesn't work. And then his I don't know. It's just not working. It's just it's not my thing at all. But it's some people's, which is odd. So Serene knows that her heart is with Brandon, and then we see Brandon being a little bit worried about Rodney. I mean, Serene and Brandon, we know that they're gonna make it to the end. It
It's
seems
solid.
pretty
Oh,
clear.
It's solid.
it's so cute. I don't know.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
cute.
it
They're fine.
really is.
I'm okay
It
Something
with it.
really is.
about them. I love
Yes.
their energy. I love their
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
So in the morning, I wrote down rolling my eyes. Michael is narrating again
Oh
about
my
how
god, I thought it was just me. I literally was like, gross. Like, stop talking.
like talking about how Logan's the hot commodity on the beach. Like I guess with Michael, I think I mentioned it already, but like the fact that he's not enduring the same things that everybody
Right.
else is enduring, and so I guess him narrating, it's like he's better than everyone else.
And he's
Like
not.
it's like he's not
And he's not.
experienced. He's not seeing it from an experiential level.
Right.
He's saying it from like I'm God kind of position,
Right.
and it's just irritating because I just don't think it's fair. I mean, I know
It's
there's no
not fair.
fairness in reality TV, but it's just like it doesn't seem balanced.
It's not. And him and Danielle are just over there trauma bonding. They're not connecting for real. They just playing it out to stay on the beach. I just look at them. I'm like, y'all not falling for each other. Y'all just over here trying to make it so each other can just stay to the end. And I
I
don't
like
believe that.
Danielle, and I've never met her till this. She seems very kind. She seems very sweet. I don't care for Michael, and I do feel like they gave him like governor of the beach that they gave grocery store Joe last year, and
but at
now
least
they,
Right.
Grocery Store Joe was participating
Yes.
on the beach. Like he's not participating in the
Right.
stuff, and
The
no.
so
grocery store Joe was going through stuff. I mean, because the
Mhm.
ex was coming back to the beach and carrying on. I mean, he was at least having to deal with some stuff. Michael
Yeah.
just over there like, me
so
and
we're
my
like, oh, I'm just gonna
relationship
break up
are
with this girl
good.
because
Me and my
they got a new
relationship,
girl
we're
from me.
doing good.
Hmm?
So Jill doesn't think these men are funny. These new men are funny, and I'm like, that's true. But like, she wasn't also giving them anything. Like,
Opportunity.
sitting moping with crying with your crystals, lying in bed, like that is not going to have somebody be funny. They're going to be like, okay, I guess I'll give you your space. Like, they're in a new environment. They don't know you. All they see is you crying. They don't know how to make you laugh or that you even want them to make you laugh. Like you have to kind of get to know people a little bit in order to like show a little bit of yourself. And so I felt really annoyed that for the guys that came in that like the women did not put any effort whatsoever.
Right.
Any. Like where's the like hey guys like even if say I was like Serene or whatever, I'd be like, let's have like a pool party, let's have a barbecue, like let's have a toga night, like I don't know, like do something to like be engaging even if I wasn't interested, but like still host, right? Would you host?
There, I do feel like there seem to have been some missed opportunities for mingling in their situation. That being said, there at least was a date cut out because we saw Shanae in a preview feeding Olu grapes, and that never
That's what
seemed
I
to
was
have
thinking.
happened.
I'm like, what did I
So
miss?
I don't know what seemed to have gotten cut out, but we do know that they didn't seem to be engaging with them when they were like by the pool or in the house, and I just I don't know. I was not a fan of that edit. And it might be another reason to say, hey, why did you even bother doing this? Just either keep them on separate parts of the beach or leave them on the beach.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, I would have to say it was more interesting in content wise, like some of the things that were going on with having this split beach. And I think that they will keep this because I think it helped them. But they do need to revamp it a little bit. They do need to have these people do things. Like you can't
Mm-hmm.
just have them be, oh, I'm gonna save myself for my guy. Like I just that's not working for me. So we see everybody's wondering where Lace is. Then Jesse shows up, lets them know that Lace went home. And I'm also, was it Genevieve? Yeah, was it Genevieve or Jill's mouth? It was one of them. It's like, it must have been Genevieve. She always,
Yeah, it was no, it was
like,
yeah.
was Jill or Genevieve?
I
I think it
think it
was
was
Genevieve.
Genevieve.
I wrote down Jill, but I think it was Genevieve.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, it's not that shocking that she left.
They're making a big deal out of this whole I mean, they're acting like they're going to die. Like, I mean, literally, like, my heart is pounding. I can't take it. I'm so stressed out. I can't breathe. It's so crazy. Meanwhile, the men are like, do, 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 do. Even after they found out it was men over there with them.
Yeah, Debu, I don't understand why she did not want to get to know them. They seemingly are hot commodities. All of them were. I thought all the guys that came in the second part collectively were better than some of the guys that were on the
Yes,
beach. You know what I mean? I thought they were better than Logan. They're better
yes,
than Jacob.
yes.
Johnny's young, but like he's okay. But like I could swap one of them him out for somebody else. Like they weren't that bad. I don't understand why they wouldn't give them a chance. You are still in a dating show. You're not in a stay with this one guy forever show when they're going to be talking to other people. Anyways, you guys get my point. So Victoria is kind of open to getting to know Alex, which I was happy about. Brittany is interested in Tyler, which I was like, and Jesse asked them, is there any interest in Rick or Olu? And they're just like, nope. So that's it. Like Olu and Alex or Olu and Rick are gone. He goes
And
over and tells them. Go ahead.
and Rick posted on his IG, I don't know if it's been taken down yet, that he never came to the beach. And somebody was like, "Oh, you deserve a second chance." He said, "I will never be back." So I do not know what happened, because we do kind of, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Justin seems to come back next episode.
Right.
So we like, why were they not allowed to come to the beach? I need to know.
Thank you. Because in the same sense, they did not go to the men and say, hey, out of the women that we brought, which
Or is
one
there
do
anybody that you're
y'all not
interested in?
have a
Give them a
connection
freaking
with?
date.
And then send those girls on. They never did that. Like, why are they just don't do anything fairly or equally. They just don't. They try to mastermind and puppeteer and pull the strings of everything. And they're the messiest ones. The producers, they are the messiest ones. And you have to let
That's
things build
rude.
organically. Like, they just should have let them at least come to the beach. I just don't understand it. It's crazy.
Me neither. So Sarah is on the main beach. Is thinks that there's something that she has something with Logan. How do you guys feel about Sarah? She's a little bit of a nothing burger for me.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really, other than Eliza, I don't think the girls were quality that they sent. I don't like any of them. Um, and they might be great, but they're not coming across great. Not, and that's not to say that I love the OG girls. They, to me, I don't feel like they sent in great girls. So, um, I don't know. Just,
We only really
Sarah,
were getting to see Kate's personality. She was the only person's personality that we were
And
really getting to see. I mean, we
some
don't
people
like
love her,
what
but
we
I'm not a
see.
fan.
We
I'm not
don't
a
like
fan
what
of
we
her
see, but what I'm
personality.
saying is we could make an assessment about her that we don't
True.
like her because we were actually getting to see her. we weren't really getting a lot of the other girls, so we don't really know. It's like
And I don't really care, to be honest. I like Eliza, obviously, but we don't really see that much about her other than when she's actually with Rodney as well. I would like to meet these people.
Yeah.
If we have 4 hours of show, like I would like to get to know these people a little bit, right? Like, please. So Dabu says the cast of more interest will only work if the new people are a hot commodity. Exactly. Nate, Avon, Greg, etc. Someone that can break up a relationship.
Exactly. They needed to send. I mean, and that's not actually. They needed to send in bombshells. But I will say, Olu was not, as far as we know. I don't know. We hear the rumors, but I'm just saying, based on his last season, Olu was a catch. Was he a catch to the women that were there? Do they like black men?
I mean, Jill act like she did at one time. I don't know. She was lusting over Rodney, Justin, at one point, Romeo. I mean, didn't she like
Rodney is biracial. Romeo also biracial. I don't know if what Justin, because we never got to meet his parents. I don't know. I have a feeling he's also biracial again. So there's that. Rick, I think, is a super catch.
I think so too. I've liked him ever since.
So that's what's pissing me off the most. It's like I'm not understanding why Rick wasn't sent to the beach, and even Serene, I think, was saying that she's disappointed because she actually had somebody in mind on the beach in her head for him.
Who said that?
Serene.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I just don't think that the producers care about some people building relationships, and I think that's what the flaw is in this show in general. Like, what I loved about Bachelor in Paradise is that it was messy fun, right? Like, so when we see the opening segments where like they're having all these silly little things, like, oh, okay, the goofiness is going to come through, and I'm like, it's just not going to be taken that seriously. And these last 4 episodes have been just so serious. It's so serious. And it's fine. Like, I want people to find relationships. I want people to find love. I do appreciate when people take relationships seriously. Absolutely. But I would still like a little bit of the lightheartedness about it. And that is what I came to Paradise for, is the lightheartedness. And I believe in the beginning, and it was called something else, Bachelor Pad or whatever, in the beginning, they had all these activities these couples had to do. And then it disappeared, and then it became this, and so it was kind of kitschy. But like, I wanted to same with Love Boat. I want it to be kitschy fun, because if the producers don't actually care about them finding a relationship, I want to be at least enjoying these people interact.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? At least.
That's what I said, I think, a couple episodes ago. I'm like, I don't mind if it's kitsch. If it's like your intro is kitsch, you do kitschy stuff. We're supposed to pretend like y'all are doing this within a week when you're really doing this every couple days. Like, if it's kitsch, lean into the kitsch and stop acting like these people are there and that you care that they're building some lifelong relationship with each other. Just lean into the kitsch and leave us alone. Like, I would rather that. I absolutely would rather that. So they should absolutely be playing games. They should be kissing each other all over the place. Like, I'm fine with it. But you can't sit there and be like, oh, that's the person for him for the rest of his life. When y'all are sitting there sending in people. Rodney and Eliza are happy. You're sending in somebody to break up their happy home who was just on the beach.
That you let get sent home. You
let get sent home, and you should not have
out there to save Michael. You threw a wrath out there to save Michael. Why wouldn't you just save Justin right then when you were saving Michael? Instead, you're gonna let him go and then bring him back to the beach. It's all stupid.
I agree, and this has nothing to do with Eliza, nothing to do with Justin, nothing to do with Rodney. This has to do with the producers. They screwed the pooch on that. I would have rather them save Justin than save Michael at that point.
Of course.
Like, if you were going to save Michael, your asses should have saved Justin too.
Absolutely. Like, just let James go home.
Yeah.
Or let James stay. I don't even care.
James say. Yeah, I agree. You're right. You're not wrong in this. You're not wrong in this. I mean,
They
I
had
told
a break out.
her,
They could have said, we had a medical emergency. We're just going to shut it down for the night. We're just going to shut it down for the night and nobody goes home. Boom. And just went on about your business and everybody stayed and we could have kept going about it. And then it would have been more of, but they never get ruin everything. Never.
So V says here, allegedly Olu was harassing the women according to Brandon's tweet. I don't know about Rick, but he was done dirty.
Harassing the women.
Harassing, or maybe being like, hey, like wanting them to do stuff, and like they just were like moping, maybe.
So we're not sure. Supposedly Brandon had posted something that if they did not show what what Olu did or said,
you can't say it, NDA.
Which he did not specify, that he don't have him come on a podcast. That's what Brandon said.
Don't have Olu come on a podcast?
No, don't have Brandon come on the podcast because he was going to tell it.
Oh, I want him to tell. Brandon, want to come on?
So obviously, whatever he heard is secondhand because it obviously came from the women, probably Serene. But again, we saw in the preview, which I don't understand if they were going to cut all of this out. He was feeding Shanae grapes. So I don't know.
Okay, so Debbie said on Brandon, now deleted post, he criticizes producers for not showing Olu's disgusting actions. Whatever that means, might involve Serene.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way that he would have, Absolutely. It would have had to be the girls telling him because unless Olu comes back on the beach. But again, why wouldn't Rick? And I don't think so either. And Rick specifically says he does not. So my whole thing is, if anybody should have came back on the beach, it should have been Rick. Confused.
Well, a lot of people shouldn't have left the beach and been switched out for Michael. If Michael has this like connection with somebody like Danielle and they've been talking before and like this is the first time they're meeting, like they found what they're looking for. You can leave the beach. You're not ready for marriage, Michael. We know this. So leave.
But he didn't want to leave. That's the thing. And then they thought to themselves after they saved him, right? They were like, he not even giving us good TV. We should have kept Justin. That's what they said to themselves. After they saved him and they're recording and stuff and doing all this.
The producers, you think so? No, they
are
obsessed with him.
They love him.
They might like him as a person, but I think that they thought to themselves, he's not doing, him and Danielle aren't doing anything interesting enough.
It's the same producers that put Ashley, I, and Jared on our screen. They think that we want this.
They don't know their audience. They do. Again, if they knew their audience, they would be showing us more of Rodney and Eliza. Even if they're bringing Justin in on their relationship, they would be showing them more so that when Justin comes in on their relationship, we're going to be mad at Justin instead of the producer.
Because we're invested in their relationship. Exactly. But they haven't even shown enough.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to try to show a 10-minute package right before he come in and be like... Ugh.
So Johnny talks to Logan about Sarah, and Logan also think Kate is throwing a little bit of a curveball here, and he feels something is growing within him for Kate. And I'm not a fan of Kate. I think Kate just wants to stay on the beach as long as possible. I do not think that Kate liked what's his name? Jacob. I don't think she liked Jacob at all, but like you can do what you want. I don't care. I'm not like slut shaming, but like, she's getting on Jacob, straddling him, but all of a sudden now she has these really strong feelings for Logan. I definitely think like when we hear what happens in episode 2, that she's like really kind of just is doing to stick it to Shanae, which is whatever. You can be petty. You can do whatever you want, but like, I'm actually liking personally Shanae more than I'm liking Kate, because Kate just is seeming like a bit of a bitchy girl to me. What do you guys feel? Do you guys liking Kate's Now
No.
she's all into Logan.
No.
I didn't care for her when she was with Jacob. Didn't care for her when she backstabbed Sarah and stole Jacob, Logan. And then Tuesday's episode, she could go. Like you literally do not care about anybody. You're just
Watch
trying. She's
yourself.
like, I still and I still and I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan.
that's not the point. Like, I mean, cool, yay,
Mhm.
uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like a check mark for you being a bitchy girl. Like I'm
Yes.
like, great. Like you stole somebody, and like I agree. Like if you're able to take someone from someone, then he wasn't really yours. Absolutely.
Right.
But like going after somebody who's with somebody like that, I don't really enjoy
Yeah,
that
you
much.
going to the beach, you didn't have to go there and confront her. She didn't say nothing to you, you didn't need to say nothing to her.
So V says, no offense, but Danielle is so boring. Michael and Danielle can take their naps off the beach.
Yeah.
Yes, please, please. She's going after Logan to spite Shanae. Yeah, it's annoying. I mean, I get it. She probably was promising drama by coming onto the beach to the producers, and so she is.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
mean, the drama withhold. I didn't watch their season. I'm not invested in
I don't even
Shanae.
remember Kate, to be honest.
A lot of people keep saying that to me. Shanae, she's very problematic off the show for some stuff that she's done. Fine,
Mm-hmm.
she came on the beach and she's been doing her thing. Like, she's been exploring, she's been making connections, she's got 50 billion dates. Her and stupid Logan, I don't understand why. It does not seem fair. But she's been doing her thing. So I think that's why then for Kate to be coming off the way she is, because it's like, yeah, like you should be exploring your connections. If you didn't like Jacob and he seemed to take it well, and
Yeah.
you Logan is better for you, fine. But it should not be about Kate and one up in Kate
One of Shanae.
and Shanae and even Sarah, like uh on her Twitter was like, it's not about the fact that like, I lost the person I was connecting with, but I also got backstabbed by somebody I actually thought
Friend.
was my friend.
Yeah.
Which I
She
can
knows
see.
the
Like if they were
friend.
probably friendly, she probably was
They're on
like,
the
"Oh,
same
she wouldn't do
season, so
that."
that's enough to they're supposed to be bonding and going against Shanae together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what Matthew's saying here, I agree with you, Matthew. Shanae over Kate for sure. Kate seems out for revenge and nothing more. Yeah, and it's like it's just like Logan, you're kind of boo-boo the fool here for me right now because like if you can't see that she is fully laying it on thick just to get back at Shanae, like I mean, when she dumps you for the
But
next
guess
guy.
what? Logan kind of wants to get back at Shanae. Low key, Logan wants to get back at Shanae because Logan had to see her kiss James in front
He's
of him.
using that as
and
an
play.
excuse. I was irritated by him saying that again.
But I'm just saying that's really how he felt. He took it because he wanted to be chosen and he wanted to stay on the beach. But the first chance he got, he was willing to take it because really he kind of is passive aggressively getting back at her. So they both getting back at her. So it's like, child.
He says Kate is a pick for me. She literally felt good about. Oh, it's a pick me. Yes, sorry. She literally felt good about Logan choosing her. Like, have some taste. Yeah.
Great.
Kate has producer in her ear, and she's doing that mess for the show. For show. Sarah crying over Logan. You've known him 2 days. I know, Dabu. I know.
That's
2
what
days.
they do, Dabu. That's what they do.
I thought it was funny though, Johnny claiming the beach to be geometric beach, and we get a little bit of a diagram of all like the shapes that are going on the beach. I thought that was funny. Thank you, editors, for that. So Kate and Logan are having a conversation, and she's like, "I want you." It's like, shut up. So then when they're talking, whatever, Jacob comes over Joy's. I think he gives her a peck. Awkward. Couldn't he sense there was a vibe going on when he went over there? But I guess not. And what did I write? Today's going to be another Patty peck on lips. I don't know what I wrote down. I can't read my writing. Never mind. So Michael finds a date card. And again, I'm rolling my eyes. I'm like, why are they giving this man more things to do? I don't want to see it. Kate, follow your heart. And so she decides to pull Jacob before she makes her decision on who she wants to take on her date. And they go and they chat for a bit. And she said that she's been having a conversation with someone else and she feels like she wants to pick somebody else. And so, yeah, she lets them know that she's gonna be taking someone else on this date. So Kate chooses Logan, and Logan says yes about going on the date. And then after he says yes, he goes and asks to talk to Sarah. I mean, I didn't feel like him and Sarah really had anything, but I guess it's semi-respectful to talk to her, but I don't know. I don't understand why people want Logan, I guess is what it is.
Me neither.
I'm not understanding it.
So Danielle is shocked by this decision, and I guess they needed to give her a confessional. But it's like, I don't know. Danielle is she's beautiful and she's very kind, and
Yes.
I respect your story. I still want to know how she dated Pauly. I don't really get that connection at all. Do you guys know who Pauly is?
Yeah.
From Big Brother and The Challenge. I just cannot see them together.
I've only watched one season of Big Brother, and that was season 24, and that'd probably be my last season ever.
Oh, you didn't watch the cookout season. You didn't watch the cookout season.
I didn't even watch the cookout season. I actually didn't. Which I might go back and watch it, but I just don't think it'll get better than Taylor, so I don't think I'll ever watch it.
It's. I mean, for gameplay, it's better, I would say. So Logan pulls Sarah. Can I take your hand? How awkward was that? It's like, why you want to take her hand? Like, you're about to break up with her and go on a date with somebody else. Why do you need to hold her hand? I would be really irritated. I'd be like, I don't want you to touch me. What do you gotta say? Like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. So he talks about how Kate pulled him aside and whatever. Anyways, he breaks it off with Sarah. So then Sarah goes and cries to Jacob. And I'm just like, these people cry to each other. Literally 2 days they've been together. Maybe three. Maybe 3 at this point. Maybe 3. Lesson learned, bridges burned, which I thought was a good line. One of the 2 of them said. So back over with the OG women. So we see Genevieve and Shanae getting wasted and how much they love each other. This was kind of funny, I guess. But, like, couldn't they be doing this with the other men that are on the beach? Like, I get that they want to show that, like, we're friends now and we were enemies. Now we're, like, acting goofy together, getting drunk at the resort. But
yeah. I just don't know why they couldn't have, like, a Taco Tuesday, order some food, make tacos, have tequila shots, and play music or something. I mean, just engage, like, not do a whole lot, but just something. I didn't understand it myself.
Me neither. So Kate is getting ready for her date with Logan, and we hear, like, the porn music playing, and he's like, and, like, she's like, Logan is so hot, and I'm like, he must be really attractive in person.
No, he can't be.
Do you know who he reminds me of? Oh my god, did you ever play? Let me see if I can find a picture of this person. Did you ever play, like, 15, 20 years ago, maybe even longer, Leisure Suit Larry? It was like this, like, horny guy that, like, it was a point and click and you had to, like, put these things together. And it was always kind of like everything was super sexual. Oh my god, he doesn't look like him at all. But this is who I was thinking about, though. Hold on, I'll show you. He doesn't look like him at all.
Somebody I follow on Twitter said his package must be big, so.
Oh, maybe, but, like, if you don't know how to use it, like, who cares? True. I don't feel like he has any rhythm or, like, he doesn't have any swag or any, like. Okay, so this is not. I don't know why I think he looks like this guy, but Leisure Suit Larry is when I think of Logan. I think of this guy. But if you never played the game, he's just cheesy. Anyways, I guess I'm the only one. So Logan comes to the beach to pick up Kate, and like they hug, and Sarah is sad. And I'm just like, there's no real payoff for this either, because we
Mm-hmm.
don't care for Sarah and Logan as a couple, right? Like
We're not invested.
they just
Mm-hmm.
had one date so far, and
Right.
Kate, I'm not a fan of hers. She already decided to like jump to Jacob and then now jumping to Logan. I don't feel like she's genuine. So like I'm like, none of this pays, there's no payoff here for me. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Don't care at all.
Don't give a
So
damn.
Jacob hopes and prays that he will find another lady. He's meditating and he's trying to connect and hoping that he'll find another lady. I don't think so, Jacob. So this is Kate's first date in Paradise, and she's giving him a massage. I mean, I guess it was kind of funny seeing his face in the massage table. Is that what the whole massage was for that moment, right?
I
I was
was
really
like,
checked out.
yeah, it was so funny because I was just like, this is so boring. And then I look up and his face is coming through the massage chair. I was like, okay, I know.
I mean, lean into that then if that's the show that you want to have, right? Like lean into that, lean into the stupid like taco making tacos on Mari's bot, like lean into the stupidness of it then, and stop trying to be a serious dating show while you're trying to tear people apart. Like it's
Like, why?
why? So Jessica says she agrees. Logan is using Shanae's dating James as an excuse. He keeps whining about it. He's acting like Shanae and James had a full on sex in front of him. It's like, no, this happens all the time. Like, you're getting to know a couple of people.
Mm-hmm.
If you were upset about it, you should have let her know that you were as upset about it as you seem to be, in my opinion.
Right.
I am curious though when he says like, "Well, I did tell you, but you just weren't listening," or something to that effect. I'm like, he didn't, or else we would have seen it. I would think.
Yeah, I mean,
I
not
mean,
that
he
we
did
saw.
mention that it was hard for him. He did mention it was hard for him seeing her interact with him. And then, because she was asking from him to do more, or you need to make it known, I want to feel seen, wanted, or desired, or something. And he was like, I'm trying, and it is hard for me. I mean, he said that, but it wasn't. He didn't go full on like he was explaining to her.
He's not interested in Shanae, and he didn't want to do much more, and now he has an excuse to break it off with her.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion. I just don't think
Exactly.
he wanted to be with her anymore.
Exactly.
So did Sarah never confront Kate, or did they just not show it? I was waiting to see their confrontation.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think they did.
She meek, and Kate know that. She did not confirm.
No, not at all. Shanae was done with Logan, though. She wanted Tyler, but he went
Exactly. And
True.
that was my thing with Shanae. The way she came back and acted like she was done so wrong, that I felt like I didn't like how that girl treated her, but I didn't like how she was trying to make it seem, going off on Logan again and trying to make it seem like he had done her wrong, as though she wasn't dating on the at the resort, and she really did want Tyler, but Brittany, and then she was mad about that, but Brittany got with Tyler. So she was really mad that she was left with nobody. That's really what it was about.
I think that she thought she was going to be doing the apologizing, and not. I don't think that she expected him to find somebody else, and because she was kind of like, oh my god, like I should, like he has been attentive, and like she was starting to look at all the qualities that she had with Logan and was hoping that she could go back to him. So I think that the fact that he wasn't who she thought he was, regardless of what she did in this split week, like I think that, I don't know, it definitely was a slap in the face, in my opinion. I thought it was kind of funny, like Victoria, they're talking about like baby Jesus has our back, but older Jesus 33 and he doesn't care. Like that little conversation I thought was kind of funny. Where here's to me shooting my shot. I thought you were a lost cause making out in the pool. What am I talking about? Logan said this? Anyways, whatever. If I can't read it.
Talking to Kate. He said that when he was talking.
There was there was just a point of the show where I was just like, when is this gonna be over? Like,
I know, is
It
this
was,
over? Oh my
yes,
god, there's so many
yes.
pages
like they
left. Oh my
could have
god.
cut this down to an hour. Like,
Yeah,
why?
it was ridiculous. It really was.
Well, Johnny misses Victoria. He feels confident, but you never know. We see though that Alex is into Victoria, and you, I like their conversation when he's like, well, when I first met you, you kind of were really standoffish, and I was like, I guess I could skip this girl, and she's like, oh, you wanted to skip me, and I did like I felt like it was a real conversation with people that were
Mhm.
kind of attracted to each other, and so I enjoyed seeing this. I thought it was real.
Mhm.
Um, I don't want to hang out with you. Oh, and so she talks about like him scratching her head, which I also thought was a sweet moment where you don't really let people do some intimate things like that if like
Mhm.
all the time. And so the fact
Mhm.
that he felt the vibe to be okay with just scratching and tickling her head, I thought that that was also kind of a sweet moment.
Mhm.
Crickets. Okay.
The reason why is only because of the next episode. I will tell you, Victoria confused me the entire next episode. So go ahead.
So Genevieve has a date card. Victoria, it's never too late to fall in love. And so she chooses to go on a date with Alex, and Victoria's on the date, and they talk about how she's a loyal girl, and so this is kind of confusing for her because she doesn't usually date more than one guy at a time. She, one guy girl. Um, why do you laugh?
I just because I mean this isn't a traditional type situation, and I could see if it's really like your man and y'all are serious, but it'll be 2 or 3 days and they'll be acting like they should be so committed. It's have fun, explore. That's the only way you're gonna learn what you really want.
Absolutely. And like I think she's still under 30, so
Right.
she can chill for a little bit. But I do appreciate that she's feeling a little bit of loyalty to Johnny. So I think she does have something there. And I think that maybe the promises that she made to him, like she was feeling conflicted by. But I think the reason why she went on the date with Alex was for the fact that, like, hey, let me explore a connection that I have, especially because we learned that she's not doesn't know if Johnny is ready, like at the same stage in her life as she is. And
Right.
so I think that that's why she's allowing herself to explore in with Alex.
And I think that
Uh,
was a fair assessment because what we know of Johnny from The
mhm.
Bachelorette and up until now, that has been his stance. That he kind of, is young and he still just wants to, date and he doesn't mind falling for somebody, but he's not in a rush to get married and have kids. That was his stance. Like he
I
didn't
mean,
know if he
I
was
don't
ready.
know. I kind of thought it was an excuse, to be honest.
But that's how he presented himself on The Bachelorette too. So
I
that
don't
is
think he's ready for any of it.
that's why Gabby let him go. I mean, because that's how he presented himself there too. So to me, he had been consistent. So I understood her concern, like with him. Because I was like, girl, you ain't gonna get no
Didn't
engagement
he
if
also
that's what
say
you're
he's
looking
never been
for.
in a relationship or he's only been in one as well?
Yeah,
Like, which is fine. At 26, it's totally fine. But it didn't seem like this next relationship was going to be the one that he's going to settle down and get married. In my opinion, like I think for him particularly, he needs to have a couple more long-term relationships, I think, before he gets settled down. Um, yeah, but so one thing that I thought that was really funny that Alex was saying on their date. So basically Victoria is saying that like you look like all the guys I've dated in my past, and he's like, "Are you facially profiling me?"
I know. I thought that was funny.
How did he say something so
I never heard
funny?
anybody say that. I thought it was funny.
He got facially profiled. I was like, Alex, that would have won me over. That line alone, I'd been like, Alex, you're funny and a little bit witty. Oh my God, we have banter. Like, I would have been sold by just that line alone. So obviously at the same time they're on this date, we're seeing that Johnny's talking about how he's never felt this way about a girl before. And then we hear that Alex says that he only wants to pursue Victoria. I feel like they have a vibe. I do. And I do feel like she has a vibe with Johnny as well. And I want to see Alex get the girl because he doesn't seem to get the girl, which I don't understand. Is he too nice?
Maybe.
I don't know.
From what I've heard,
too nice.
From what I've heard, like Rachel and Brian have only said great things about him. So maybe, you know, maybe he's going after the wrong type that doesn't like nice guys. Yeah.
Taboo.
I'm with Debu. I'm sorry.
Victoria's full of poop emoji. I mean, I think Victoria likes being pursued. She, if I remember correctly, is a Libra. Libras do not usually leave a relationship before they're in another one. So I think she's acting like a Libra to me. You know what I mean? A Libra on a dating show who is a hot commodity, who loves getting the fame and all that stuff. She dates famous guys. Like, she's a relationship person. She knows how to talk to guys. She knows how to get them to like her. She knows how to get into another relationship. And so I guess that could be considered full of poop emoji, but I think that it's her being a Libra on TV, like acting out as a Libra. Personally, but we'll get more into her poop emoji-ness. So we see Brittany pulls Tyler for a chat because her heart and her head are both telling her to go for Tyler. And so she talks to him and they ended up making out and she says, "You're so hot." I guess maybe if I was in my 20s, I'd think Tyler's hot.
A lot of people see the connection. I do not.
I don't see it.
I mean, I see the thought process. I don't see any chemistry.
I agree, Jessica. They definitely are a good stamp of approval. Yeah. I don't see the chemistry between Brittany and Tyler, but I don't see Tyler exuding any vibes. He's kind of like, he's a little bit like Aaron. He doesn't exude like vibes. Like, sometimes Andrew doesn't exude vibes.
I was going to say, so you're basically saying he's Andrew, because that's the same thing that he does. I don't feel like Andrew doesn't come across to me as, like, of their friend group. He, to me, like, Mikey P is very sexual. Like, I feel like he's very sexual.
Considering he's the virgin of the group, yeah.
Which is hilarious to me. I even think Trey is, like, Trey could get it. But
Trey has more vibes in that way, like pursuing women kind of vibes.
Oh yeah, pursuing women, yeah.
Like I could see that, like, he'll have an interest in somebody and want to go up and talk to them. With the other few, I feel like.
And Greg, I see the Greg thing.
Greg pursues more, I think, than
Greg absolutely pursues more. So, like, of that friend group, like, I think Andrew's the least, like, sexually Justin, I definitely could see, the vibe.
That line still gets me when he's just like, "You not gonna kiss me on my birthday? Of course I'm kissing you on your birthday. You're so fucking hot."
He got a lot of hate for that, but I was like, oh, that was like, sexy.
Why? What was wrong with him saying that?
I think it might be grown women things, because I thought it was sexy as hell.
I thought it was hot. And also, like, I trust for the most part what Dear Shandy, like Charlene and Andy say, and they thought it was hot as well. And so that, like I'll say, like, they're kind of like my non-black perspective, like, and if they both be like, "Oh, that was hot," I agree with them. Everybody else is like, "Oh, that was manipulative." I'm like, then you are fans of Aaron. Fans of Aaron is like, I'm just like,
no.
She didn't have to do it. She could have said no. I mean,
she could have said no, but like, it was so sexy.
Hello.
I definitely, even if I was going back to Aaron, my outfit definitely
Aaron
like,
Justin,
fine.
it doesn't even compare. It doesn't compare.
Like that line alone, I think that's like the sexiest line of the season so far.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything that is up to par on that one.
Mm-mm. So Debu says Victoria interview on clickbait is is total opposite to this. So who is the real Victoria? Okay, I haven't seen that. I don't really watch clickbait. I don't really watch files. I only watch
only
Dear
like one
Shandy.
person on clickbait, and that's Natasha. So I don't really listen. I like literally can't stand store Joe, and I can't stand the other one, Tia.
Tia.
Yeah.
I used to like Tia, but she started getting on my nerve lately.
Oh, Taboo's like, I was done with Tyler when he couldn't read the room and told Rachel he loved her. See? No, exactly. He's too young. Andrew definitely does not give off like vibes. He's just there. Andrew is like a cute guy next door. Absolutely. But he does not give off any sexual vibes where you want to make out with him. Absolutely.
Exactly.
He's handsome as hell, and I could see him being a great partner for somebody when he's ready to settle down. Like, I'm not seeing sexy. Like, I'm not seeing pursuit. I'm not seeing gonna go after you and grab you up. Like, even when he grabbed up
That's why he liked Teddy. Because he probably thought he was
Wait, sorry, I need you to react again to him grabbing Jasenia.
It's like somebody, y'all think this was good. So it's like, you not seeing the camera. I was like, what? No, that was like he was forced to do that.
It's like, pick her up, okay. So Shanae is annoyed with Brittany and Tyler apparently talking. She wasn't sure where they both were. And so she's complaining to Genevieve behind closed doors. And I thought it was funny when Shanae was like, are you yelling at me? And she's like, no, I'm not yelling at you. Like, they're both, Genevieve is an air sign. So like they do get along energetically.
Yeah, I think
Genevieve
Aries, is Gemini, right?
Sorry?
Is she a Gemini?
Yeah, I remember she just had a birthday.
Yeah.
And
yes,
then
and then Justin had it the next day. Yes.
And Shanae had and Serena had it like the day after.
So what sign is Shanae?
Shanae's Aries. Okay. Which is interesting because James is an Aries, and then Logan is a Sagittarius. And
fire.
Fire, absolutely. But like, I don't think that Logan's going to end up liking Kate because I believe she's a Taurus. And yes, she's going to be sexual, sensual, but I think that it will flatline quite quickly.
Too grounded. She's going to be like, F you.
Yeah, it's going to be done. So,
but we are petty, so that actually makes a lot more sense.
Pettiness is keeping them in a relationship. So Shanae is pissed, and she's looking for Logan or looking for Tyler, but like then we see a cut to Logan kissing Kate. But she can't wait to see Logan now. She can't wait. Now she knows that like Brittany and Tyler are most likely
right now.
And like the music then, like the evil villain music. Like I'm just I mean, I actually like the music to be honest, but I just don't like some of these people. To be fair. So Logan has a lot of confidence in the storm ahead. Is that what he said? Or why did I write that down? I don't remember.
He's confident and thinking that he should probably be with Kate.
I don't think that he should be, but I don't think that Shanae is going to bother because she starts kissing somebody else, right? In the preview, Shanae?
Yes, Jacob.
Cool. Jacob, right? Fine, go for Jacob. Fine, Leo.
Jacob stayed, so he has the opportunity. He didn't. Jill left, but Jacob was like, even though he didn't make it with Kate. He didn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna pack my stuff and go home because I don't have nobody." He's still staying.
Also,
he's the one that broke up with her. So I mean,
so you guys are completely.
But he broke up with her not having anybody. Tamika, that was what make it so bad. He broke up with her not even having anybody.
Because he never liked her. Like this is the whole thing. I appreciate the way that Jacob broke up with Jill, but I mean, he could care less. He'll just go home. Like he just there was nothing there with Jill. I think he would have rather not have to kiss her anymore.
Taboo, you're right. Andrew has as much swag as Matt James and Ivan. Ivan, I
Oh
think, has the
no.
most out of
I was
that
gonna
group.
say it's sexy. Have you seen him and his girlfriend together? Oof.
Ivan
No,
is
I have not.
sexy. Oh.
I'm your shock here. I've not seen him and his girlfriend, but out of those three, I think that Ivan has the most swag or sex appeal, personally.
Hmm.
I even liked him
Um,
on
I'm
the
gonna have
beach
to
last
look
week.
him and his girlfriend up so I can see. Send me
Logan
a
and Shanae
picture
will end
real
up back
quick,
together
Tamika.
after being petty. Maybe.
Tamika, send me a
Maybe.
picture real
Because
quick.
I think that Kate could jump to somebody else that she's more into, or that it's like she just seems to be a little bit of clout chasing or a little bit of like mess stirring. Like, I don't think she's really that invested in Logan, and she's gonna probably realize that he's kind of not right for her, and she's gonna find somebody else, I think.
She's
And
biding
then
her time. She's
yep.
biding her time.
Thank you, Fabio, for finally getting Jill off my screen.
Of
This thing?
the three, Shanae, Genevieve, and Jill, I didn't mind Jill as much.
I don't
Uh,
even mind Shanae anymore.
I
and I
would
Like,
don't
rather
mind
Genevieve
Shanae.
gone. Genevieve is working my last nerve. Ooh.
yeah, I'm not a fan.
Exactly.
She's
Exactly.
very annoying to me. So we do see Shanae and Genevieve discussing how they're going to approach Logan and Aaron when they go back to the beach. And like, I guess because I do not think that either of them are a catch, I'm just like, I don't care to see the scene. I don't want to see you guys being so excited to see these guys and be like, oh my God, Aaron didn't like talk to anybody because he's waiting there for you, Genevieve. Like, I don't care. I don't care.
But the way they went in there with them mean faces, huffing and puffing like, where
So
are they?
Logan is going to enjoy this energy and this connection that he has with Kate. So, we have Shanae thinking that she could bounce back to Logan, but really, no, she can't. And I think that also, I think that Shanae, I just thought of this right now, is having a competition with producer pets. It's producer pet versus producer pet with her and Kate right now, and I think that that's what I think she might be also pissed off about. It's like, wait, producers, you're supposed to be setting me up here. I'm supposed to be going on all the dates. I'm supposed to be the one that's choosing which guy I want. I'm supposed to be going back to to tell Logan that I like Tyler, or tell Logan I want to be with them. Like, I'm supposed to be in control here, and I think they're like, oh, we got a new production pet coming on the beach, taking up some of Shanae's territory.
Yeah,
I
she
wonder.
was riding high for a while. Like everybody was like, "How come she's getting so much
So many
dates
dates.
and time?"
Mhm.
And
Yeah, she's maybe not the favorite anymore. So then Jesse comes in to talk to the ladies, and you're going to be going back to a very different beach. And he talks to Genevieve, and he's like, well, like, how do you feel about what's going on with maybe with Aaron? And he's like, well, if he's with somebody else, I'm just going to leave. And like, if he stayed faithful, I'll probably propose. I was like, you're going to propose to Aaron if he
She's
doesn't
gonna
talk to
propose.
anybody? She said that. And so they don't need to return together. And I'm like, why not? Like, just let them return together. Now, what I was going to say is you guys are so right that why did Rick and Olu have to leave? Because I was like, oh, all the other girls got to stay on the beach.
That's
So,
what
like,
I'm
all the
saying.
guys and all the girls should have all gone over to the beach.
Exactly.
it was weird. It was
And then the
weird.
people get
It was,
eliminated when they have a rose ceremony.
and then like the girls come back in stages, but somehow when certain people are having the conversation, we see like Serena and
The other
Brandon in the
girls weren't
background.
there.
Yeah, it was
The
definitely
editing,
out of order. Definitely was out of order. So Kate isn't afraid of Shanae. I didn't even remember that they were from the same season. I didn't remember at all. And yes, Kate's making an impact now, but like, I'm at this point, I'm team Shanae. I don't know. I like Shanae, even though she's messy, even though I did not like her on Clayton season. I like Shanae more than I like Kate.
Yeah.
That's just my thing. So Jacob, though, like, even though he's not with Kate anymore, he still wants to break up with Jill. I was like, ouch. Like, he's not just gonna fall back to Jill. I was like, that's brutal.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, he really doesn't like her. Like, even if I don't have anybody, I'm not gonna settle for you.
At all, he doesn't like her.
And I was like,
so Jessica's saying, I agree. That's what Serene was saying, basically. Shanae thought that she was having her own bachelorette season on the beach and is now butthurt that she couldn't make the decision between Logan and Tyler.
Exactly.
That's true.
I can see that.
So the girls are back and they come in so aggressively as what's her Florence from Australia. So aggressive. You see how they're all like, where is he? Where is he? It was funny.
That's what they were doing. Exactly.
Like, and them like just like beeline running for their man, like rabid like animals. I thought it was funny, but it's just like, relax, like no chill. Like, where's your swag? Like, be pursued. Like, look like you don't care a little bit.
It's giving desperate. It's giving
so desperate. I would be not like I thought that like Brandon and Serene, it worked for me, but like everybody else was just like, come on, have a little bit more chill, please.
Exactly.
So Jen pulls Erin right away and she's crying already. And I didn't go on a date with anybody. I just stayed and like lied on the couch. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't kiss anyone. And like, then he's like, oh, I didn't either. I didn't talk to anybody. All I was thinking about was you. And then they kiss and then everybody's cheering for them. I'm just like, this is the couple that nobody wants.
But at first he tried to be sly with it, like to have her like waiting for him to say it. I'm like, sir.
Whatever. And so then Shanae is back. And wants to pull Logan for a little bit of a chat. And they're talking about the Shanae storm is here. The Shanae storm is here. And it's like, I don't think that it's nice for them to be toying with these people's emotions. And then for the fact that they think that they're in something committed with you, that you're kind of making fun of how they might react. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. The way that they're doing it, for me, it didn't sit well with me. I'm just like, you're poking and prodding at this poor person just to like make a spectacle out of her reaction potentially. I don't know. And it's coming from our favorite friend.
Yeah. I said, is he acting like she dumped James and his bestie had to leave the beach? Because I'm just like, I'm so confused. I thought he was cool with her, but he was not nice. And he did say on Twitter he did shoot her an apology. So I don't know if the producers like ramped him up, but this is why I don't like Aaron. Like, I don't like him. He's gross.
Debu says the fact that the new women didn't have to leave makes me wonder if Rick and Olu were removed. Having no connection was an excuse. Yeah, that's what it's seeming like.
Pardon? What did Rick do?
I said, we're hearing all the rumors about Olu. What did Rick do?
Maybe he let something happen, or he didn't, I don't know, stand up, or maybe they were a package deal. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
That's not right. Rick is so nice. He comes across as really nice.
They were glowing about him though. They were like, "Oh, Rick deserves to find love. We just aren't connected to him." So that's the only reason why I'm very insistent. Like, something doesn't make sense, because why not just send Rick?
I don't know. Maybe they didn't know what exactly happened, so they didn't want it to single out Olu specifically, because that could definitely have been some backlash. So the only black man that's like there, like sending him home.
I can see that.
They're not sure what exactly happened here, but optically that might not look great. So they'll send the both of them so that.
But not the person from Australia or whatever.
Well, maybe they have plans for him, right?
They have to have storyline for him, because
So V says the misogyny that Aaron spewed when talking about Shanae was gross. Did he forget that how he was last year? Yeah, it was really unsavory, and it made me dislike him even more. No surprise there. Thanks. So we see Shanae and Logan talking, and she's like, "I've missed you," and he says, "I thought about you a lot." I'm like, "Oh, that must have hurt like a dagger," because like if somebody says, "I miss you," and they don't say, "I miss you too," it's like, uh-oh. And she talks about she felt so secure, and the fact that he wanted her, and like she likes what they had, And then he basically says that I'm interested in somebody else, and I do not want to be with you. And then he's like, "Can I give you a hug?" These like him like I don't effing touch me after you break up with me. Like
But
I
the
don't
people do
want
it
your
all the
goddamn
time.
hug.
But they do it all the time
He
on
wants
The
to take her
Bachelorette
hand
and
to break up with
Bachelorette.
her. He wants a hug. Like you sit in your mess. You want to be with Kate. You deal with me not being okay with it. Like I don't need to hug you to make you feel better about you breaking up with me.
Right.
You deal with that on your own. I'm done
Yeah.
with taking care of your feelings right now. Like, please.
I agree.
Um,
I agree.
it's always doing that. Oh my god, why there's so many pages of notes?
Because you're just
Never
at the
end.
beginning of episode 2. You're just getting to the
Oh my
beginning.
gosh. Okay. Wait, so Kate, okay, Shanae thinks that Kate is actually paying her back from Women Tell All. And so we see a clip from Women Tell All, and I was like, oh, that's what I was like. I didn't realize that they're from the same season. I didn't, I was like, okay. So everybody is watching now because Kate, as soon as Shanae leaves, Kate like goes over and like grabs Logan, and then they kiss in front of everybody. And I was like, I think that that's petty and rude
It
in
is.
this type of environment. Like, yes, we want the pettiness, yes, we want the fights, but like they just broke up. Like to go and kiss in front of them, I think that's really tacky and
Yeah.
disrespectful and distasteful for both parties.
Mm-hmm.
But some people were saying, like, I think it was Andy actually was saying from Dear Shandy, was like, well, like, there's not that much like real estate on the beach to like not be an eye line of like somebody that you might have previously been dating. You could also be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't kiss right now.
Or just go up there by the bar, just a little bit away from her. I don't know.
I think this is rude. So Shanae and Genevieve have another conversation, and Genevieve is gassing her up and saying like, you should tell him how you feel. And I was like, don't let her go back there. Don't do it. But she decides to go back over. We hear Kate saying incoming, and I'm annoyed. Oh, so I wrote down, I'm annoyed with the way that all these guys are talking about Shanae. And that's where this like kind of misogyny, like the way that they were speaking about her. Oh, she's gonna blow. Oh, she needs to be in a padded cell. Like, excuse me. So you're claiming that a woman having a reaction to being kind of, well, we know that Kate was doing this intentionally to hurt her. And then she was with Logan. You don't know what she was going through when she was away, but she was with Logan and had intentions of potentially getting back together with her. And you're saying her maybe having an emotional reaction, she deserves to be in a padded cell? Like that's like bullshit to me.
Yes, it is.
It actually pisses me off, and it's one of the reasons it's popping in my head right now. But so the reason why so many women receive hysterectomies, this is from like the past, is to completely regulate their hormones so that they won't be acting, especially in going through like menopause or anything like that, like they won't have any huge hormonal inflections. And so that hysteria is actually like women being hysterical, but it was male doctors that decided to start removing their whatchamacallit to prevent them, giving them a hysterectomy, moving their whole women's uterus area to prevent them from having these like hormone driven emotional responses. And so just hearing him say that, I was just like, you are such a misogynistic boy. Yeah. He doesn't know anything. And I was livid. Okay, Dabu says apparently the two Australians have a bad history. That's why he stays. Okay, interesting. Saw an article about Genevieve and bananas hooking up. Okay.
Johnny Bananas? Wow.
Okay. I'm into like whatever. It's funny. Kate left Clayton's season on week 2. Clayton chose Shanae over her. That's why she's bitter. Okay. I don't remember on the season though. At all. So I also didn't like the way that Logan was responding. He'd be like, oh, you know, the kiss that you had with James drove me away. And it's like, wait, well, we're supposed to be on the beach getting to know people. And when push came to shove, I was getting to know somebody. I dated both of you to a certain extent, and I chose you because I felt that there was more of a connection between me and you. Like, so don't necessarily blame me, blame the show and like the format. But anyways, it was an excuse, obviously. So we see Kate with Florence and Jasenia talking about how she wants to go and speak to Shanae. And I was just like rolling my eyes here. I was like, okay, go get it, Kate. Go get some screen time, whatever. So Kate goes over to Shanae, and Shanae obviously doesn't want to speak to Kate. Like, why would she? And I wrote down here, I'm like, Kate is really pissing me off because she just really just wants to give it to Shanae. And I get it.
She does.
You're pissed.
Badly,
but it's like,
badly.
Relax. Like,
that's probably
so
when Logan became even cuter, when she realized that he was hooked up with Shanae. That's probably why she was like, because she could have just stayed with Jacob. Jacob would have picked her, but she found that out and she was like, let me try my hand at this. So it was all a plot, a scheme.
Wasn't Jacob younger than her though? Like, I don't think she was ever.
So wasn't she what?
I said wasn't Jacob younger than her? Like, I think she mentioned that, so I don't think she was ever staying with Jacob.
But she might have stayed through a rose ceremony. You know what I mean? But
right.
she probably like while hanging out and talking to people on the beach, finding out that Logan is pining away over Shanae, and then be like, Shanae? I'm going for Logan now. Yeah, definitely. Right. Well, we know that, like, in general, if somebody likes somebody else, you start to see them as being better looking than you used to. It's just human behavior. And so she probably was like, oh, wait, he likes Shanae? Like, and Shanae likes him back? Like, I'm going to go for this guy. Absolutely. And then we hear her talking. Oh, when Shanae was like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Like, why does she need to talk to you, Kate? She's like, you're just going to walk away? It's like, yeah. What am I getting? She's like, she should be like, what am I getting out of this conversation? Nothing. Right. Why I don't need to be here. Is this for you just to go and tell me that, like, oh, like, I'm dating your guy? Like, you should feel fine about it. Blah. You're shitty on your season. Blah. Like, and
Kate is just smirking and smiling and giggling and
with her twisted satisfaction. I was just like, she's trying to be the villain, and I don't care for it.
You need a new villain?
Jake, say again?
You need a new villain.
You need a new villain? Or yes. Diana?
Yeah.
Diana? Yeah, I need a new villain. Yes. I don't want you. So Jacob is scared now to tell Jill for her reaction. I don't think Shanae reacted that badly. Did you guys?
I thought Jill handled it very well, considering.
So Jill, though, when she comes back, though, she's super excited to see Jacob, and you know, he does break it to her in a way that, like, I thought it was okay, and she took it pretty well, and she's crying a little bit, and she's just like, "I'm gonna go," and I'm like, "Man, stop making it easy for these men to just dump you." Like, I don't want her to try to get him back. Absolutely, like we talked about it many times. Like, don't let a man tell you he doesn't want you twice. No, but stay on the beach for yourself.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, that's what she did go through that whole thing with Romeo. I don't know. I don't know. Jill's not my cup of tea. She seems overly emotional, very rash. I
wrote, I'm sick of these women leaving over these losers.
Me too. That's what. And then to see the preview, somebody else leaving, I was just like, I'm obsessed. And my mom happened to call me, and I was just going off about it. Like, why are they all leaving? The men stay and just have their way. It's so stupid. Like,
so stupid. So Jill was leaving. She's hugging everyone. Rodney was really upset. He's just like, what, you're leaving? You're going. And that's when we get the infamous line of, I can't believe a Lyft driver broke my heart. And like, he fucking sold his couch for cash. And I'm crying. Ouch.
That's
not to a status shame, but like, I understand her just wanting to like just be petty as possible in that moment. So
yeah,
if it was on camera, it would be better if it wasn't. But
especially when you settled and you were acting like that over somebody you knew 2 days, especially. So you have mad at yourself. You mad at them, but you have mad at yourself too. Like, come on.
So then we see Alex coming in, or Alex talking to the new guy, or the last two new guys, and Tyler talks about how he wants to pursue Brittany now. So when Brittany gets back to the beach, she pulls Andrew, and like that's how you can tell that Andrew doesn't really have that that fight for a woman, because he's so easygoing about it. Like he's just like, okay, like I understand, and which is fine, like great being easygoing about it. But like, if he was really into Brittany, like he would have a different, I think, have a different reaction.
Right.
I don't think he's into. I think he was more into Brittany than
Jasenia?
Jasenia, but I don't think they had anything established enough. Because even with Teddy, he was very invested in
Oh,
Teddy.
he
We
was
saw
invested in Teddy.
going to allow her to not allow her. I don't want to say allow her. He was okay with her separating, but I think he was going. He thought they would find their way back to each other. You know what I mean? But I don't think he's the type of person who would be like we see next week. Rodney says, "No, I'm going to fight for her." I don't think he's that type of person.
No, he's not.
Agreed. So she does let him know that she wants to pursue Tyler, and that's not going to work either. Tyler is a Cancer, Brittany is an Aquarius. That is probably like the worst astrological combo for sun signs. Like, especially the guy being the Cancer, like the girl is just going to be like, "You're too emotional. Like, get off me." Like, I mean, maybe it'll work for the rest of the season, but in the long run, I don't think it will work. Serene and Victoria are on their way back together in the car, and so when they get there, they both run to their guys. But before that, I wrote, "I really don't want to hear from Michael." I guess he was narrating again. I'm just like, I know you got him on the beach. Maybe you paid double price for him, but like,
I would literally take Brendan narrating. Brendan, Rodney, anybody, please stop giving us Michael A.
And before those Serena and Victoria get to the beach, Johnny and Brandon are on their own lawn chairs talking about their girls, and that's when they come running and, "I want my baby back."
Oh,
they were cute though. It was cute.
So cute.
It was cute. Like even Victoria was running towards Johnny, so I guess they were the strongest couples. And we hear Serene and Brandon say, "I love you" to each other.
I love you.
She's like, the heart girl founder.
I realized that I love you. She's like, "I love you too." Very sweet moment. I do feel like it's genuine between them. I know that Michelle was kind of saying that there was something about their relationship that do you remember what she was saying, Tamika?
Michelle
was saying something about their relationship. Dabu might remember. Dabu, can you help me here?
I didn't know she said anything.
She said something about
sit this one out, Michelle. Sit this one out.
Ouch.
You broke that boy heart. Now you gonna comment on
Whoa, Kate was the girl that was going on podcasts talking about how she dated Harry Styles. Thirsty much? Did she?
Did she? I mean, everybody's dated him.
I mean, he's Aquarius. He's nice and messy.
Now he's with Olivia Wilde, right? She don't let her man and them kids got well.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're an astrological match, if I remember correctly. But he's an Aquarius, so he's going to be able to just move on. Kate, I want to hear more about that though. Like, how did that happen? Was it a one-night stand? Tell me the tea. So Victoria and Johnny are talking, and then she tells him everything about how she got a date and how she decided to take Alex. And so you were saying that you didn't like what she was saying, like, so you thought she's full of poop emoji.
It wasn't so much I didn't like what she had to say. I actually agreed with what Johnny said, and the reason why I agreed with him.
Which part?
Of all the women that were there when they were leaving the beach, she's the only one that approached him, and she threatened him, and she said, "You better not talk to anybody. You better not explore anything with anybody." And then she went and did the opposite. And That's why, and that's what he was saying to her. He's like, it's just like the way you left things off. I thought you were as committed to, like, you threatened me to not do anything.
I heard him
And that
say
was,
that the way we left things off, I thought you were as committed. But I had forgot about the threat. He had said
I
that when
don't
they
even remember
first
that.
left. When they first left, he mentioned the threat, but I had forgot about it just until now that you brought it up. He did mention it when they were leaving. He was like, "She threatened." He told somebody she threatened me.
yeah, and that's what
She
he
probably
was.
like, I don't know how can you be threatened by Victoria. She's like probably 5'1". Like it just being like she's probably like, you better not talk to anybody. Like I that's what I picture. You know what I mean? Like you better stay faithful to me, and like then you don't like, or it's still the split week or whatever. But I get it. I get what you're saying. I get what he is saying, that he wasn't expecting her to go out and do this. But I also feel though that she realized that maybe she is putting her eggs in a basket that's not going to fulfill what she wants in the long run. And so when she's seeing Alex here, and someone he's a little bit older, he's established in his career, we have a bit of a connection, we got along, there's a little bit of banter, I think he's very good looking. Like, why am I not going to be open to this when I don't know for sure if Johnny is ready to get there? And
That's not what she said to Justin on their date. She said she wasn't looking for anything serious. She was here to have a good time.
Justin.
That is what she said she entered Paradise to do.
That's true. You got to be consistent. That's true.
And
so do you think that she just wants to have everybody
so she's saying what she needs to say to who she needs to say it to. She know
that
Alex
is why
a serious person. So what's going to appeal to him is somebody who is ready to get engaged and get married and have kids, because that's what he's about. You say what you got to say to Johnny because you know what he's about, and you said what you had to say to Justin. Okay, I get what you're saying now. I get it.
And I guess it also then allows her to get off scot-free. You know what I mean? Like, so she's able to be like, well, like he said these things, checked off these boxes, and those boxes were never presented to Johnny because that's not what Johnny was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Fair.
That's
but if she's being truthful, though, I understand where
if
she's coming from.
I don't know, but the thing is, I'm just taking what she's presented. I don't know if where she's being truthful. And then I didn't like her after this. Like, she was being fake and phony after her and Johnny, like, you know, kind of shoved off. She's like, oh, hey, I'm just like, listen.
Yeah.
She was extra loud. Somebody said that she screwed the pooch here or something, and I was like, I don't think so.
She will always get the guy. She's pretty. She's a Libra. She's famous. Like, and at this point, like, she's fine. She will always have a boyfriend. She's never gonna. I'm never gonna see her having a problem. She's a hot commodity, I think. So, okay, I don't know if you ladies saw, but former Bachelor contestant Victoria is now dating and now makes her claim of finding a husband look iffy. Yes, we're going to talk about it in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, a couple minutes.
Michelle insinuated that while she was dating Nate, she learned that Brandon was pursuing Serene. Oh, okay. Not sure if it was
a DM.
Oh, DM. Sorry, I'm like EM. I'm like, what is that? A DM or met in person, kind of calling BS on the "nice to meet you" act. Interesting.
Yeah. So I think, because based on the way that they came on that beach, I think they were probably talking. Like, I don't know where Serene lives compared to Brandon, but I think that they were having like actual conversations, maybe DMing or maybe even talking on the phone. Because they did seem to go really quickly when they got on the beach and they kissed right away. So that's not shocking to me, but I also don't have a problem with it. He never came on there and pretended like he wanted anybody else. He literally made a beeline to her, and she never came on there and pretended that she wanted anybody else. She made a beeline to him. I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it too.
I'm not sure what the timeline is or whether I care, but
yeah. But I mean, you know, Nate would know because they are really good friends. Him, Brandon, and Rodney. So
And that's
So
great to me that they've been able to remain friends. Like,
Yeah, and I think Clayton did mention in a couple of his interviews he was going to set them up. So he's like, "Yo, I have somebody for Serene."
So Victoria does let Johnny know that Alex is going to be coming. And he does say, like, if I'm not here with you, that I'm out of here. She definitely is a person that wants to have all the guys interested in her. Like,
mm-hmm,
that's always
mm-hmm.
been her thing. So yeah, I guess it could be a strategy to have people be chasing her or be pursuing her. And she's pretty effective at it. I have to say though, I was annoyed with Johnny when he was like getting defensive when she just asked him, like, well, like, what are your like career goals?
Yes,
That's a deal breaker for me. You know what I mean? If you don't have any sort of, he says like, I have ambition. It's like, okay, cool. Like,
what
are
is
you
it?
trying to do? Like,
I didn't
let me
like that either. He got a straight attitude and was like, "Oh, now you want to talk about checking boxes, and I have to tell you about." And I'm like, "That's a legitimate question. Like, what do you want to do with your life? Why are you so
like, that's a
no?"
first date question. Like, like
Yes,
not 3 days on the beach question. That's a first date question that you could ask. It's like, so what are your dreams? Like, what do you love to do? What inspires you? Like, how do you want to spend your time? Like,
right.
what would you want to see yourself doing in 5 years? Like, these are first, maybe second
Thank
date
you.
questions. So for him to get so offended that it's like now it looks like he's not ambitious enough for her, I think it's like a little bit ridiculous. So
Right.
It kind of might have felt like interrogation to him. That all, like I'm telling you, I just feel like she,
well,
like
Because
I feel like she's
the
coming
whole
off
thing
like,
has been superficial. It might have felt like that
yeah,
because while they have been on the beach, it's probably
they
all
haven't
been
been talking about real
superficial and
things.
making out and not really asking
yeah,
direct, meaningful questions.
yeah.
Because that's
So
what Johnny
it's a
was
fair
kind of like.
question, but it might have been a better question to ask before the split
Right.
than after.
Or like maybe he needs to be in a more mature relationship, right? Like this should have come up no matter what. Like not necessarily
Right.
from
Right,
her, but like in just their regular interaction. Like if that hasn't come up, they're in a high school relationship to me, right?
correct,
Like
But that's all
he's
he's
like,
correct.
I like
doing.
holding hands with this person and laying on the beach and having a nap with them
And
and eating food.
Kirsten, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm
That's what
saying that
Johnny wants.
I think she's just as full of crap as
Well, she's
him.
being malleable to the person that she's with.
Mm.
So it's nighttime and everybody's kind of all back together. The new guys show up. Johnny feels sick. We see Tyler and Brittany chatting, and she tells him how she broken off with Andrew. And then so this is Paradis, and they kiss. I was like, I'm not interested in this. Then Jasenia pulls Tyler from Brittany. Is she doing that just to check to see if Andrew's available, or is she going in for Andrew or for
She's
Tyler?
being Jasenia.
Okay, so she's just a Scorpio.
She's being
I just
Jasenia.
didn't
Because
understand
somebody was
that.
like, she looks stupid, and I was like, but they're like, oh, this is an indictment on Andrew. I said, how is it an indictment on Andrew? I would say that it's an indictment on Andrew, except for this is what Jasenia did on the beach last season.
I don't know if this is close together.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. It's way.
Oklahoma's
It's far.
Midwest, and yeah.
But let me tell you what
Oklahoma's
Serene would
Midwest,
do.
and
Sorry,
But
I can't
yeah.
Serene is
hear.
so in love, she would start teaching in LA. That's what Serene would do. She'd pack her little stuff up from Oklahoma and she would become teacher of the year in LA. She would that's what she would do.
I
Because
don't
she
think
just
she's
needs
going to be teaching anymore. I
No,
think
so
that
yeah, so Oklahoma is Midwest and LA is West
West
Coast.
Coast.
So
Yeah,
it's
West.
like yeah, so it's literally like not anywhere close to each other. It's not like maybe Nevada to LA.
California.
But I agree. I don't think if she's going to be a Michelle. Like if they become a couple, she's moving to LA, she's becoming an influencer. I don't see her continuing to teach either.
Mm-mm. Let's be real. Rachel and Gabby's men they cast are duds, and Hayden is still coming. I don't remember who Hayden. Oh, the dog. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, the good ones weren't cast. Gosh. Okay, so Jasenia, yeah, pulls Tyler from Brittany, which I thought was rude. And I'm just like, Jasenia, like, pick somebody else. Like, you have Andrew now. Like, you wasn't that who you were pursuing, who you wanted? We see Alex introduce himself to Johnny. Johnny looked pissed, big time. Aaron and Genevieve are talking about Victoria and Johnny, and this is it. They don't have an actual relationship because they only talk about other people's relationships.
Exactly.
And they just judge other people's relationship without actually having a stable relationship of their own, other than saying like, hey, like we're gonna stick together to the end. Like, I don't feel like they have a real relationship, and they just talk about everybody else's.
All Aaron does is gossip about people. That's what I'm saying. He has been a gossip the whole time. Like every season, that's all he does is gossip. He has no substance. He just likes to gossip. And it's very, not that women got, but I just don't like it. It's very, I don't like the behavior.
No.
I don't like a man.
So I don't know if was that the end of it, or did the "Can I Steal You" and Alex taking Victoria, was that from the preview, or was that the end of the episode?
I don't know, because I literally got a phone call right then, and then I had to go back and watch the preview, so I have no clue.
No,
but
that
we
was
could say
that was the end.
Right.
That was the end.
So yes, so we see Alex takes Victoria, and I wanted to kiss you last night, but he didn't want to disrespect him. Yeah, they did have that whole kind of interaction, and he hugs her. He's like, I want to kiss you, but I want to be respectful. They hug. I think they separate. That was the end of the episode. But then we see Victoria's crying in her ITMs, so she's conflicted apparently, or something. I don't know.
We see Genevieve packing up.
Yeah, go. Bye-bye, please go.
And the reasoning she's packing up. See your ass to the door.
Wait, what's the reason?
Because Justin comes back.
Oh, that's why she's leaving?
And she gets into it with Aaron about it. But it's like, dude, what the fuck do you care if Aaron is coming, Justin is coming back or not? You didn't want him, you dumped him, and because of you, he left Paradise. Like, why do you care? You have Aaron.
And when she's like, why are you coming back here? Your bags are packed. You were gone. And it's like, shut up.
Who does she think she is to talk to him like that? And then if he was to say something back to her, then she would be crying. Did you hear how he talked to me? No, you don't get to throw the rock and then hide your hand. If you bold enough to say something, you bold enough to get something said back to you.
Taboo says that not the eye roll, Miss TJoy. Didn't realize it bothered you that much.
Yes, remember he said that about he said that about Gabby, and then Rachel kept him anyway because she just wanted another guy. Remember he said that?
Yeah, I definitely wasn't a fan of him. I can't believe that he's going to get some screen time. But maybe you'll have his redemption arc or something. I wonder if Kate's going to be all over him.
Yeah, doesn't he ask her out?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just like actually.
Yeah, in the preview, he comes and he asks Kate out, I think.
Yeah, let's get Logan dropped like a hot potato. That'd be fun. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this episode. We still pulled out a long time. We talked for a long time about these two episodes. There's so much of nothing much ado about nothing, but we'll be back here next week to talk about much ado about nothing more, and for another month or so. But do you ladies have anything going on that you want to plug before we
But wait, don't forget the tea.
See about Victoria. Did y'all forget?
I wouldn't forget. I told you.
Tamika, thank you.
So it's pretty much everywhere. Like, you can't really hide from the spoiler. But Victoria has been spotted in Italy with Greg Grippo.
Yep.
And you don't really just go to Italy with nobody. So.
Let alone Greg Grippo.
So.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. She doesn't want anyone to have Justin. That's why she cussed out Sally. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. She sucks. So yes, that's the tea, Miss TJoy. It looks like they are dating, and I could see them. I feel like she said that she was really interested in him when he was rumored to be the Bachelor, and I feel like she would have come on to his season if that were the case. And so I wasn't surprised about this pairing, but it also just kind of spoils the ending of the season. That whatever happens.
He's also very good friends with Natasha. And again, I don't understand why she came on Paradise when she just could
use Natasha for the paycheck and the fame.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's like, hey, babe, I'm going to go on Paradise. I'm going to pretend like I'm into certain people, but I'm really into you.
Yeah. If people are mad at her, I'm not mad at her. I just, to me, she's full of crap. I'm just going to say that.
Greg, he might eat her up or eat him up. But he's also an air sign, so he will be able to handle some of it. So.
I don't think so. I think they could come to some compromises. He has like that air of big on himself too. I think
Yeah.
I think it's a good match to be fair.
I think it'll be fine for at least a while. So.
Yeah, yeah, I could do it.
Well, thank you both for being here to discuss this
wow.
episode. Thank you, everybody in the chat. You guys are great. You always have the tea and hold us
Yes.
accountable for our eye rolls. So
Yes.
we appreciate you being here. Absolutely. Do you guys have anything that you want to share, promote before we sign off?
For me, again, please listen to my podcast, A Passionate Eclectic and a Retired Liar, hashtag A Pearl. We're at episode 4. It's on all your podcast platforms and on YouTube. And also, I've been doing some jailer edits. So if you haven't seen, they're on TikTok and my Instagram.
I saw it and I loved it, Tamika. I put a heart beside it. Was so good. I liked it.
Yeah, so I'll probably do a couple more of those, and I might do a Zimmy edit too. They're in London currently, so that is what I'm working on.
Looks like they're having a good time.
That's awesome. Debu, I think that he didn't want Katie. I think it was exit strategy.
Yeah, Katie shouldn't be the gauge. He did not want her.
Yeah.
And she's no Victoria. I'm sorry.
No.
I think that he will put in the work for Victoria. And I don't think that he was he could have easily stayed. He wanted out of that relationship with Katie.
Yeah. And I think he was a bit passive because he didn't want to stay. I mean, he didn't want her. And I think he wanted to be the Bachelor. Assertive for somebody he does want,
None of those men wanted her. All of them eliminated themselves because they did not want
Jesus.
her.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I told her that myself when she came for Taylor on yes. So
She came for Taylor.
Yeah, she was mad because Bachelor Clues and Pace Case had an interview and they were alluding to that who had been a person from The Bachelor coached by them, and she was like, "Oh, it was be disappointed because it wasn't going to be anybody from Bachelor Nation, but it was Taylor, and Taylor was cast to be on Matt's season,
right,
Clayton's season, and Zach's season. She just never went on because she went on Big Brother instead, and she didn't like the fact that they don't play it as a game. And so she did not go on. And then Katie came in their comments, I told you guys that you were going to be disappointing. This was stupid. And I was like, Taylor is never disappointing.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
Right. No. Well, speaking of Taylor, though, check out the replay. Myself and Sarah from Nerdtainment. We went through, topically her birth chart, and I thought it was a really great time. I got to know Taylor a little bit better. She was a great guest. It was really fun to take a look at her birth chart. So if you guys haven't checked that out, please, it's on both my channel and Nerdtainment's channel. Other than that, Ms. TJ, do you have anything coming up that you want to share?
No, I have to make my videos for Love is Blind. I'm a little behind, but I will do them over the course of the end of the week. In the weekend, they'll be up.
Sounds good. Well, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to all of our channels. Put a thumbs up with these videos, please, and leave a comment. Do you think that? Well, no, I won't say that. Do you think that Genevieve will actually leave? Will we get our wish? Will she actually leave the beach? And on that note, we're out. Take care, everybody.
Bye. Bye.